My whole thing was that I wanted to like skip over the intro joke. I just wanted to be like, yeah, it's just Garb and Pino. I don't feel like explaining it because I just want to talk about Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, me too. I just really, really wanted to talk about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. It's starting. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. We can. Chuck's not here. I'm making the rules now.
Oh no.
What's stopping us?
You know what? You're the only thing that's stopping us is ourselves.
You know? So we watched
Hey, quick before they start, this is a filler episode, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with our video on One Piece, so make sure to check back in for that, but enjoy this little bit before the other ones. Yeah!
We watched the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children theatrical movie release.
Extravaganza.
Pino, was this ever out in theaters?
Beats me, dude. Let's find out.
Fucking, you have the Wikipedia pages open.
I have it open right now. Final Fantasy Advent Children is a 2005 Japanese computer animated film. Jesus Christ,
Never would have guessed
2005.
from the cell phones that it was 2005.
Hey man, I had that cell phone in the year 2013. So you know what?
I was a cool
kid.
kid.
Times.
I was a cool kid. I had not the flip phone. I did have like a shitty old Razor, but I had the slide up keyboard ones.
Oh, the slide up ones. Yeah, those were great. Oh,
and like I thought it was like kind of cool as a kid, but the other kids were like, "Whoa, that's cool." I was just like, "It's kind of cool."
Man, I wanted a blue one.
I haven't changed at all.
Man, who needs this? Who needs this house? Who needs this phone?
I was stalling for you. Did you find out if it's in theater?
That's a great question. I'm still reading. I was actually very, very, very interested in your story. It was released on DVD and Universal Media Discs with Japanese voice acting in Japan on September 14th, 2005.
So it was a straight to DVD movie.
Yeah.
You know how those usually go. They're usually the best.
Now, if I remember correctly, I remember ages ago, I don't know if you remember, but the Completionist made like a whole like Final Fantasy VII kind of video on it.
I remember seeing that it existed, but I never gave a shit about Final Fantasy VII until like, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Understandable.
So I haven't seen them.
Sense.
I might actually go and watch them because
those are down. Remember?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so if you can find them on the illegals, we can ask Chuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Chuck has them. Fuck, we
Chuck
need Chuck
most
again.
definitely has them.
We really do rely on him.
No.
Where are you, Chuck?
I guess we do need the Chuck cast.
No, this is the no Chuck cast.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children was part of like some sort of like commemoration thing for like an anniversary or something.
Yeah.
So that's why they made like a whole bunch of stuff. Like they made Crisis Core. They made this thing.
Been about 10 years? When did Final Fantasy VII come out? I'm gonna look it up.
7 came out in 1997, I think.
Okay, so this would have been like
2005.
So
right.
Let's see. Yeah, 1997, and so okay, I guess that's like 8 years.
That's an anniversary, yeah. Would it have been 7? Or are we just bad at math?
No,
it's 8.
It would have been 8.
It's 8.
7 plus 7 is 14. Wow, we both took the same amount of time.
Did you like that, boss?
Same tiny little piece of math. and then like I looked at the waveform in Audacity, and there's just like a long blank line.
Don't worry, I saw that. That's how we know we're synced up.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so in 2005 it was released in Japan, and then it was released with voice acting, American voice acting, or English, sorry, April 25th, 2006. Which is pretty cool because it's a pretty popular game. I don't know, it's pretty popular. I think
a couple people have heard of it.
Yeah, some YouTubers like played it here and there. I mean,
yeah,
it's not all that great.
It's not one of the most influential RPGs, quite possibly of all time, or anything.
That goes to Final Fantasy 13. We all know that. Come on.
Can we just talk about Final Fantasy VII? I just want to talk about Final Fantasy VII with you, Pino, and
sure.
it'd be documented, and we
let's
upload it on the internet.
That's why I'm here.
I think that it's that fucking madness show.
Excuse me.
It's madness. That's what's making me madness.
Oh, I see, dude.
Wow, that's the comedy you're getting without the Chuckster here.
It's all right. We don't have. None of us are screaming though, so it's either a plus or a minus. You take it as you will.
Yeah. But when did you? What's your story with Final Fantasy VII? Tell me.
So if we're talking about the entirety of Final Fantasy VII, I actually started with this movie actually.
Really?
Ages ago, I remember myself.
You pirated it on YouTube or watched it from someone who uploaded it.
Who publishing this on YouTube?
Yeah, but like that's probably gone now.
You're right.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I have no idea why, but I had this strange urge to like find out what Final Fantasy VII was all about.
Well,
and so what I did
I
was
kind of
like
got the same urge,
Yeah. I started with the movie. I thought, hey, you know what? It beats buying a game that's old and on a console I don't have.
Yeah.
So I watched it, and I thought it was great. I was like, it wasn't in the age where I was like, hey, dude, this is Japanese, and I don't think it's weird.
Pino, at one point you probably thought Golden Time was good, so I don't trust past Pino for
what
his judgment on.
Hey man, I wasn't a weeb back in the day. Now I'm entitled. I mean, One Piece is the best thing.
Yeah, well, at least now you know Golden Time's terrible, so there's some character development.
It's true. You can't be stagnant all your life. I miss you, Tanabanri.
Still love Bobobo though.
Of course, that never changes. That one's hardwired to my brain.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I can tell that like Don Patch is just trying to escape from your body.
It's all those green onions. No. But yeah, I did start with this movie. I watched it. I remember it was in 360p, and it was in English. And I only saw the normal version, the first version that came out, which was just Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Okay, yeah. And for reference, I saw the normal one in Pino.
I saw the complete.
Yeah, because we were doing something stupid. We fucked up. Who cares? He looked it up. There's not that much different. It's just some like, Barrett's like 3 feet to the left in this one instead of. It's stupid shit for the most part.
It's like, most part it's just like the fight with Cloud and spoilers. Sephiroth is a lot longer.
Oh, what a surprise! Sephiroth's there. Wow.
I can't believe he's totally not on the front cover. Oh. So yeah, that fight is extended and a lot more lore is added with some added scenes and some things taken from other games. Nothing you really miss out on. Nothing you'll like be like, oh.
They already reused footage from Crisis Core, so fucking whatever.
Yeah. And you know what? I was the sucker who was like, I need to buy the complete version, and that's why I have the Blu-ray version. So I wanted to save you the trouble as soon as we realized we were watching different versions. I'm like, yo, you're fine. Don't worry. Let me check just in case, but you're fine.
Hold on. I took my cat's collar off because it jingles, as you can hear, during recording, but she found where I put it and then started playing with it because she's brain damaged. Come here.
Understood. It's just her material, She wants it back.
Yeah. That collar is what gives her Mako energy. Or
while you keep providing her that energy, I'll finish my story.
Okay.
And so, every Final Fantasy fan or Final Fantasy VII person who is probably gonna hate me in this next part. I then proceeded to receive Crisis Core as a gift from a good friend, and I played that next. and I
Oh
fell in
my
love with that
god,
game.
you went backwards.
Yeah, it was a wild ride. But I was aware that like Cloud was a thing, so when I saw this black-haired Cloud, I was like, who is this loser? And then at the end, I was like, damn it, this loser made me cry.
Yeah, that would really be confusing because they kind of explain it, I guess.
Yeah, and so like there were some characters that existed in Crisis Core that started off in Final Fantasy VII. So like I was like, hell, I know your insert character that dies halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kicking girl. Oh, you're ninja girl. But I never had that kind of like full on knowledge. And then years after, when I finally decided to get on Steam, I was like, you know what? My first game's gonna be Final Fantasy VII.
Really?
I hated it. Yep.
You
Gonna make myself a Steam account. I'm gonna download this. It's real cheap. Downloaded it, put in the code, started playing it. Good lord, what am I playing?
This is the best story.
I've lost half of our fan base.
Whatever, it's funny. So you not only went backwards, but you hated the source material.
I mean,
That's so bad.
I feel like saying hate is a little strong. I enjoyed since I knew the music, I love the music, I love the characters. I just hated the gameplay. I was just I'm waiting for a turn when I came from
I
Crisis
turned
Core
that
where
speed
it's
like all the way up.
Yes.
Whenever I play.
Oh my god, and the whole fact that it's kind of hard to see what is walkable and what isn't. Like, can I go over here?
That game is super dated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Where there just be some bullshit, and it's like, I just didn't know I could walk there, and that's the only way to progress the story.
As soon as I left the city, I don't remember the city's name.
Midgar.
As soon as I left Midgar, I was like, hey, I can't wait to do something else. And then I go to the next town, long ass cutscene. I was like, all right, I think I'm done. And then I've never picked it up again.
Wow, that's like where I left off the first time I played, but then I eventually picked it back up later and just started from the beginning again.
I mean, after this recording, this is probably going to be the reason I'm going back.
Really? You're going to play it?
I'm going to reinstall it. I've had the save files.
I could maybe play it again. Now that I know what I'm doing, I could maybe play it again.
I'll start from the beginning. Will I like the beginning? No. Will I want to collect everything? Most likely.
Yeah, but like you can grind it out because you got to be like level 70 to like really do well on the final boss.
Dang it. All right. Well,
Maybe
I'll finish
game.
Kingdom Hearts first.
Yeah, you probably need to finish that piece of shit game.
I mean, that makes two.
Was that any more of your story?
No. Then one day Garb was like, I was like, I love Crisis Core. Garb was like, I hate it. And then it's like, let's watch Advent Children. And out of the blue, and I was like, sure. Gives me excuse to bust out the DVD, the old Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And
we were arguing about it. What were we going on about? Hold on.
I have no idea.
From Garb.
I know I started it.
Legacy.
Oh god.
I watched the sub version, and
yeah, don't worry. They say Memetic.
And they do. Thank God. Oh, my cat is fucking with a spoon. She's still playing with a collar. Oh,
it's okay. God. She doesn't. It's the live stream flowing through her. It's all right.
It's true. That bell on her collar is really
it's mother.
It's mother. It's mother's cells.
Don't worry, we'll explain the plot eventually. We're just looking at how this entire episode.
There's no plot in this movie, okay? Let's
talk about the plot of Final Fantasy VII then.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna summarize it for you.
Hold up,
you ready?
Since I know Crisis Core, I'm gonna start with Crisis Core real quick, and then you start with 7, and we both do Advent Children.
Okay.
All right. Crisis Core starts off with our good boy Cloud McFarlane. I mean Zach Fair, and he's just recently.
McFarlane.
I can't wait to be here with all my new soldier friends. So Zach enrolls into soldier.
Yeah.
And he has his mentor. His name's Angel, and in soldier is a white-haired man by the name of Sephiroth. And apparently he's like the best in the business. He's the best guy they have, and like they act like mercs or like bodyguards and whatnot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Zack, they do some things, and then there's another guy. His name's Genesis, and he becomes all crazy evil. He's like, I'm better than Sephiroth, and then and Sephiroth's like, haha, sure. And so this boy Genesis just starts to destroy everything around them, and basically wants to take down the world in the same way Sephiroth does later on.
Oh, okay.
But it's found out that these three top soldiers are clones, as we know, are created. They're like DNA creatures, created by stuff. They also have one.
No,
They
I
also
never
have one.
understood it.
Yeah. They all have one wing apparently. So like they're technically Sephiroth's like brothers or something. But like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cloud is like some half clone of Sephiroth too, or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah. And Zack's just there, just trying to find his place in the world. He's just like,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
He's the only like normal guy from
Yeah.
what we were talking about. Fuck, last night we
Yeah.
got on this like super quick. Like we decided to do this, and I was just like, "Come on, let's record it before we procrastinate it
Yeah.
and then forget."
So Zack basically just like takes a trip around every part of the game that you visit in 7.
Okay.
He hooks up with Aerith. Yeah, dude. They're an item in the game, and I'm just
What?
like, yeah, they're an item. That's why you got to play the game. It's a lot of character, and I like the back and forth. It's good. And then like his mentor betrays him, and now he's got to fight his mentor and Genesis.
Oh.
And then the events of Final Fantasy VII, I think it's like when the city is destroyed. You remember where you see Sephiroth and the burning fire, like that in the flashback.
Yeah.
flashback- yeah.
Yeah.
You play that part of the story in
Oh, that's
Zack's
cool.
game. Yeah, and so you see everything from Sephiroth's perspective. You see Cloud, you see Tifa, who you don't know yet.
Yeah.
And Cloud, he's a regular dude. He just has a gun in that game, and he's like, "Hey, I'm your pal." And he's like, "No,
Yeah, I remember.
you're my friend." And something happens to Cloud, as you said. Like Cloud has like DNA from Sephiroth or something like that.
Yeah.
So Zack saves Cloud.
Oh yeah, because he's in Soldier, they injected him with whatever.
Yeah.
But then he got like kicked out or left or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he saves Cloud. They try to escape, and in defending Cloud, Zack dies. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm dying. Hey, don't forget. Don't be sad about life. You're my living legacy." And and
that's
he
why
dies.
that's why
And
Cloud
then-
has such the connection.
Yeah, and I think Cloud was just like he was like real high that day. He's like, I'm you, I'm Zack Cloud now.
Yeah.
And so that's why apparently 7 he has all the memories that Zack has and all the skills he has, because he's like, I'm you, dude.
Yeah. It's
tell
crazy
us-
how that just like made him powerful. Like,
Yeah, I know.
what the fuck?
It's mother, dude. It's the mimetic cells, dude.
It's the mimetic legacy.
Tell me about 7. I have no idea anything about 7 except for Avalanche.
Well, I don't either, to be completely honest.
Then
The-
let's hear Garb's quick fire
The only
plot
reason
summary.
I only like Final Fantasy VII because I just kind of like traditional JRPGs like that, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there to enjoy the story. Really, I was there to laugh at the story because it doesn't make any sense, and
Hey
it's
man,
just
since when does a Final Fantasy game ever make sense?
exactly. And like, dude, like 4 ends up it's like completely normal fantasy throughout all of 4. Boom! Right at the end, aliens. Like, what the fuck? What?
It's just they pulled a
Why
crystal
couldn't we
skull on
end
you, my
with
friend.
like? It's something else, but yeah, and so it's got kind of that Dragon Ball sort of thing going on, where it's just so over the top. It's just so ridiculous that you can't look away, and I don't know. I had fun with it.
Oh yeah, I mean like it has a lot of good things going for it, like steampunk, you know.
Yeah,
characters,
totally. I love the
designs,
steampunk.
monsters. Dude, I love
Yeah,
monsters.
that's the thing that really I think draws everyone to 7 is that the characters or designs are just so on point, dude. They're so good. Cloud is so cool.
Yeah, dude, Barrett is like probably the coolest guy in the entire game.
Yeah,
not because
seriously.
not because he's got a gun, because he's got a child.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dad.
seriously. Like he really is like the dad, and he really cares for Marlene. Like Barrett's fucking great.
Yeah,
And then Tifa's just kind of there.
Tifa's what we all. You know what? We lied. Tifa's the reason we're all here.
Yeah.
You ever see those ads on like some of those websites, and it's like,
Yeah.
play this game, you won't
Yeah.
ever take your eyes off it. Like
Yeah.
20% of the time, it's like just Tifa, and like
Yeah.
80% it's like some Naruto chick.
Oh yeah, it always is the Naruto ones. What's up with that?
They're pretty thick. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch Naruto for the plot.
For research purposes. I get it.
Wait.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII, it's a terrible game. The mini games are just, they make me want to bash my skull in with the PlayStation 1 and shove the dual shocks down my eye sockets.
They're not dual shocks at that point, are they? They're just shocks, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm
once you
serious,
take
dude. They're
them
not
off.
called dual shocks, right?
What?
Or are they? Are they called dual shocks?
Oh, I was just talking about the analog sticks from the dual shock.
Oh, you just pull them out. Okay,
Just because
understood.
the dual
Like a
shock
plug.
had the analog stick, yeah. I want to take the analog sticks out of the PS1 dual shock and jam them in my eye sockets because
Okay,
the
cool.
mini games are so bad.
All
You know what I mean?
understood. I thought you just meant like rub-a-dub-dub, here comes the dual shock.
Shove the whole thing, man. Yeah,
Man, I don't
that one where you have to like blow air into someone's lungs, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't give you any feedback. I mean, the only good part is just the traditional ass going through a menu. Because trying to go through anywhere in the overworld is just a disaster.
Oh yeah. We
But-
mentioned a little bit of perspective earlier, but like it's real tough back in the day.
But it's so endearing. That's what I love about the early PlayStation 1 era, is that they were doing the best with what they knew.
Amen
And-
there, yeah.
Like Symphony of the Night, which I'm going to force you to play because
Hooray for the next Pino and Garb podcast.
I guess we can just do whatever with these. Who gives a shit? But yeah, in Symphony of the Night, they've got every once in a while 3D model. One that was my absolute favorite, that was just so charming to me, was in the library. You can push one of the bookcases, and like it's a 3D model, and so it spins around. And you know, that's a sprite-based game where it's
Yeah.
2D sprites because they knew how to make that look good. They didn't have nearly the same color limitations, so
right,
they could
right.
get a little more creative with the pixel art. And this was pixel art out of necessity to make it look good, because otherwise we just have Castlevania 64 2. And same thing applies to Final Fantasy VII, where these just weird trembly polygons are just so charming. And that's what kind of let me stick around, is because I appreciate this era, because it's so
Right.
dumb looking, and
But
the
they did
translations
what
were
they could.
terrible.
Yeah. It's the era of changing the disc, and that's what I forgot about number 7 back in the day. It's like, oh, you're finished. You did the thing.
Yep.
I need the other disc now.
It was 3 discs, and that's
3.
what broke them away from Nintendo. Yeah, was because they wanted to make this game like fucking huge, and they wanted to have all this music and all these 3D models.
I mean, it paid off at the end. It's probably one of the biggest well-known franchises in gaming.
It is. This word probably gets thrown around a lot, but it's iconic.
It's epic. Oh wait,
It's epic.
epic.
Yeah, it's pretty. In the actual use of the word, Final Fantasy VII is pretty epic.
Yeah. Like I can't disagree with that. That is like 100% my thoughts exactly.
But now I should shut the fuck up and get into the story of the game. So you start off as Cloud. It's going, and then
Then there's Fat Boy.
yeah, you go in and there's some dudes that get killed. You fight some NPCs. You get used to how weird everything looks. And then Barrett's like, come here, you little shithead. And then that's my Barrett voice.
I like
It's
that. I
canon.
like that, Barrett. Cloud's like, oh man, that you hurt me, dude. I'm Zach.
What's it about that noise specifically? Man, I'm not used to talking this much. I have to make up for Chuck too, like.
It's true. I understand that much. Oh,
But
that noise is funny.
and then they keep going, and then they blow up the thing because
They're terrorists. Essentially, they're terrorists.
Yeah, but they're doing it for good.
They're green terrorists.
Yeah, they're eco-terrorists.
Yeah.
So-
Jimmy Carter would be proud.
And that's one of the things, is that this game just has so many themes that it doesn't know what it is.
Right.
Like, is it a metaphor for World War II? Is it genetic experimentation? Is it what's the other shit?
Is it
An
the Final
identity?
Fantasy?
Yeah, exactly. Is it the Final Fantasy? Is just Cloud having an identity crisis? Like, does he just need to spend some time alone and really figure himself out?
Is Tifa the mother?
Exactly. If Cloud wants to stay in the dress, it's fine.
I forgot about the dress.
We support him. Yeah, that's early on, too. Like, I
Oh
didn't
my God.
realize how early on in the game that was. I was like, whoa.
like That's like after you take the subway, it's like, oh, I'm here now.
Yeah, which for 1997, not too different, but still like, okay. I think they were playing it off as a bit of a joke though, which
Especially when they go into the honey. Was it the honeybee or the honeycomb inn? When they go in there, there's like macho boys in there.
That. Yeah, and then
that's
Cloud
like
threatens to chop the guy's penis off.
Yeah,
it's
dude, man,
fucking awesome.
It's too edgy, dude.
And they all take turns saying how they're gonna dismember his genitalia, and it's a really good scene. It's really funny.
God,
But
you
then
just
he,
brought
like,
back
traps him.
memories.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's really funny. Oh
was
yeah, because
I.
you would have gotten to that point because that's
Yeah.
when you're still in Midgar.
Yeah, you're
That's
still
before
in the city there.
before the rotting pizza falls.
Oh,
And
no.
so, yeah, that's the name of the song.
Rotting pizza.
Yeah, as you can tell, I really just I like the music too. That's something I completely forgot to touch on, other than going as I often do.
But Crisis Core starts the same way, sort of.
Really,
He's on a train now.
I mean, ain't broke.
Don't fix it. If it ain't broke, change his hair color.
Yeah. And just slick it down the sides. Yeah,
just a little
whatever. That's fine.
It's totally not Terra from Kingdom Hearts.
Whatever. There's Terra in Kingdom Hearts or Kingdom Hearts 6, Final Fantasy 6.
That's a girl.
There's too many.
That's a good game.
Oh yeah. Versus this heap of garbage. But then, yeah, you go on the train and there was the Shinra president. He dies later. Whatever.
I mean, it's
I
a
don't remember
30-year-old
the middle.
game.
I don't remember the middle, but
You leave the city for some reason.
Yeah, you go to Cosmo Canyon. Midgar is like in shambles or whatever, or the bar is destroyed. That whole section of Midgar is just destroyed. That eco-terrorist stuff, you know how it is.
Right.
Then
Sephiroth shows up. He does some stuff.
yeah, and he's real cool and scary. And you're like, oh, that guy's cool.
I want to be that guy.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be him. But dude, Sephiroth is so cool.
Yeah, he's actually real cool.
I think it's the same kind of thing that I like Alucard for, and why I'm trying to get you into Symphony of the Night so much is because there's so many parallels and kind of ways. But Sephiroth's so cool. Hold on, I'm actually gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up the story. Okay, plot. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the Black Materia. Yeah, he's trying to summon the meteor, and because he wants to destroy the planet. Because one day he woke up and was like, I just hate everyone. I just want to fucking kill them all. It's like, oh, don't, please. The planet is alive and actually talks to people. Kinda. I can't tell if it's just some crazy old dude smoking the Cosmo Canyon, or if that's just what he calls his strand. But there's some wacky shit going on there.
Yeah. I don't question it. I'm not going to question this.
Yeah.
I'm going to shake my head.
Oh, and you get a dog.
Yo, I love dogs.
Yeah. Red X, at first, I thought was really fucking stupid. Or Red 13. I'm used to reading the text, so I'm used to reading it Red X1 or
XXIII.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Red XIII.
Yeah. But you get a
My
dog.
mother called me.
And you see his dead dad's statue corpse.
Let's just say he's in a better place.
And that song is really good. The that song's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmo Canyon. And yeah, some shit happens. They find a giant skull. They go gambling. They meet Kate Sith, who's actually a kind of double agent. I don't know how to explain it, because he's sometimes a good guy, sometimes a bad guy.
Okay, so
He's with Shinra, but
he's an asshole.
well, he's with Shinra, but he's controlling the Moogle thing remotely. But he can talk and control it at the same time, and be prison and control it at the same time. It doesn't
So
make
he's an
sense.
asshole.
But he does good.
He's still an asshole.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't get what his motivations are. I guess that's my problem with Kate Sith, and one of my
Understood.
problems just with how ridiculous and nonsensical the story is. But
Understood.
there's
I
Kate
didn't-
Sith. He kind
I
of
didn't get
fucks
that
around.
far.
Yeah, no, that's at the. Oh god, you have to like pay a bunch of money. I had to grind, and I was so pissed off about it. But I went on a date with Eris.
Oh.
I really wish that I would have gotten the date with Barrett, because it's random. You can go on a date with
Oh,
anybody.
what? It's
in your
random?
team. Yeah, you can go on a date with Barrett.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you can like look up the set of circumstances, but and I didn't get the true ending of the game either. I fucked up. I couldn't get it because I didn't memorize the piano keys, because I didn't realize until it was too late that you'd have to play that back later. And I was like, I was just mashing buttons, having fun.
What? No. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Sing
there's
us the
all
song,
sorts
Mr.
of
Piano
bullshit.
Man.
Yeah.
Gotta get Billy
But-
Joel up in there.
Okay, so let's see. They go to the Northern Crater. Yeah. It's a flashback. Oh, yeah, there's Hojo. Hojo turns out to be Sephiroth's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And
That sounds correct.
he turns into a monster, and you kill him, and it's like, okay.
Father!
It's like, okay, that was unnecessary. I don't understand what the point of this diversion was, except that later we could tell Sephiroth that both his parents are dead.
Hey, dude, we killed your mom.
Yeah, your mom's dead and your dad is dead. Well, you've seen us fight some form of your mother at one point, whenever Eris dies. And, oh yeah, you don't get Eris's materia back. That's really cool. Thought that was just going to pop back into my inventory. But,
Oh, I'm gonna let this body sink to the... Wait, I'm gonna take this material.
But that's a good point that I wanted to bring up about this game, is that it's not very often that the story impacts the gameplay so effectively. Because whenever you lose your healer, you lose your fucking healer. And you have to go buy more materia, get the healing spells back, put it on someone else, like account for it, change their weapons and items and
Yeah, the whole
stuff.
team is affected in the same way that they're affected in the story.
Yeah, exactly. And it's that's one of the bits of genius in there. But
We call that immersion.
immersion. Thanks, Todd. But yeah, then you go up there. She's dead. There's a giant seashell, and in Advent Children, there's a cult that takes a bath in it.
We're still talking about 7.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me you can't just jump to Advent Children. That's what the people are waiting for. You can't tell them they're at like a Black Sabbath concert. You can't tell them that.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Aerith is from the Promised Land. I don't understand what that is. I think it's like a
Shoutouts.
made up thing. Who
Isn't she
fucking
like
cares?
half like she's like she like has like ancestors that are like
Yeah. I think she's some sort of semi-goddess, maybe,
probably.
is the best term I can think of it.
Just know her grandma's like, yeah, no, she's not my granddaughter.
Yeah, no. She found her at a train station.
She's just
But-
picking out flowers.
Yeah. Just fucking around. Yeah, that was 5 years before the events of the game that Sephiroth... Ooh, it says Sephiroth and Cloud visited Nibelheim. That's not true, Sephiroth. Oh, wait, no. Cloud was there. That's right,
He was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, he was there.
Got knocked
He
out.
just thought that he was Zack, because, I don't know, Cloud's a fucking psychopath or whatever.
He's got old timers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alzheimer's. I didn't mean it.
Oh, and Vincent, you can find him, and he's hanging
He's like
out.
in a coffin, right?
Yeah. And you have to go and annoy him like 5 times. I thought that I was doing it wrong, but eventually it worked, despite me doing nothing differently. And then I had Vincent, who turns out to be the best magic user in the game.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And then, let's see. So, yeah, he kills Eris, and her materia drops to the bottom of the water, and that's significant later. I don't remember why, but I remember that it was significant later. Because I'm an idiot.
No, you're fine. We've been doing that for the past, how long have we been recording? 30 minutes.
Well, and we, like, jumped right into it, too.
Of course, yeah. But we jumped at the beginning of this.
Yeah. We never do that. We always goof.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That's
But,
good. I like it. Keep
Man,
the flow.
you and Pino, we're effective. Look at this. We're professionals.
Yeah, you and Garb, me and Garb, we're great. Are we talking in the third person?
So let's see. Yeah, Sephiroth taunts Cloud because, I don't know, he's an egotistical cunt. And, yeah, he tries to put Cloud down. He's like, you're a piece of shit, Cloud. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then Tifa's like, you kind of are. And that really hurt his self-esteem. And then he just kind of has to bitch for a while.
Then he sat in a wheelchair.
Yeah, there's a whole set of optional cutscenes.
Oh, really? Optional?
Yeah, where Cloud's just bitching.
Oh, Lord. I don't think I want to see those optional cutscenes.
Yeah, but it's significant story, though, is the thing. Well, maybe they aren't skippable. Maybe the dialogue will loop you back around to force you to say it, even if you say no. But, yeah,
Lord.
It's crazy. And, yeah, Cloud bitches for a while. And then... And they just, after Eris dies, they just forget to talk about her until the end of the game. They just they just don't bring her up until you're on the high wind, like damn near on the way to Sephiroth.
Hey, remember that brown-haired chick? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that
What happened
died.
to- Yeah, I forgot about that.
And Sid's like, who?
I just been in my boat this entire time.
Yeah.
It's a boat. Let's be honest. It's a boat with wings.
Yeah, it's cool though. I always like the airships.
I
I liked them in Mario 3. So
Shoutouts to Mario 3.
yeah, dude. So let's see. Yeah. They end up in an island for whatever reason. Oh yeah, because Cloud ended up getting separated because he was fighting the Shinra president or something. I don't remember. It looked like Forsyth, but it wasn't Forsyth. And yeah, you find Cloud. He's kind of just in a coma because he's brain dead. He was brain dead before, but now he's super brain dead.
Oh,
and
no.
Then there's an earthquake. They fall in the life stream. Tifa and Cloud. And Tifa just kind of pokes around in his consciousness and kind of fucks with him a little bit. And it's really trippy. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I've never heard of this scene.
Yeah. Well, it's like a whole gameplay section.
Oh my.
And yeah, they're really using the new hardware that they had to do something that they couldn't really do before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was so charming me. But yeah, eventually Cloud's like, yeah, so he develops as a character, despite in all later pieces of media featuring Cloud, he's still the same.
He's still very sad.
Yeah, he's still the same bitchy little... he's just still got the same problems, despite him getting over them at the end of the game, the original Final Fantasy VII. And that was the whole thing that was cool about Cloud, was that eventually he kind of learned about himself, but then in the movies and Crisis Core, he's just a little bitch again.
Even in Smash, he's like, man, what am I doing here? I only brought two songs to the party.
It's so dumb. But, okay, Hojo experimented on Cloud and Zack for 4 years, injecting them with Genova's cells and Mako. They escaped. Oh, should we explain Mako energy? No. They escaped, but
it's
Zack
magic.
But Zack was eventually killed. Okay, yeah, Zack eventually being killed was explained more in Crisis Core.
Yeah.
The combined trauma of these events triggered an identity crisis in Cloud.
Dude. Yeah, exactly. That's where he kind of got mixed up, the memories and whatnot.
Yeah, and that, I don't understand that, but I guess he was being injected with super alien cells.
Super steroids.
Yeah, super mega alien steroids. And
I feel so strong, man.
then he thought he was Zack. And
Is my hair blonde?
yeah. Shinra fails to destroy Meteor. Yeah. Yeah. You kill Hojo. Oh yeah, who's revealed to be Sephiroth's biological father. Shit, I knew more of this than I guess I realized.
Yeah.
Did I accidentally pay attention?
Yeah. When do we get to the good stuff? The end.
Yeah. So you go there and then you summon Holy and it destroys Meteor with the help of the life stream. 500 years later, Red 13 is seen with two cubs looking over the ruins of Midgar, which is now covered in greenery, showing that the planet is healed.
They did it. They defeated everything
Yeah.
until this movie.
I guess that's the significance of the beginning of Advent Children. Boom, transition. Is that the first thing you see is Red 13 with two cubs running through a field.
Well, that's a lot. 500 years?
Well, no, but it's to show that, like, oh, it's like the end of the game.
You just pick right up where we left off. Understood. So, Advent Children Final Fantasy VII. God, I almost said 13.
Did you almost say Final Fantasy 13? Fucker.
I love that game, okay? We'll talk about that one day. Advent Children takes place about 2 years, I believe, after the events of Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
At this point, everybody's grown. Everybody's like, okay, Sephiroth was a bad dude. Okay, Mako energy probably isn't the way to go. Okay,
Yeah.
we all hate Shinra.
Yeah. So they're still around. The Turks. Oh, I fucking forgot about
Dude,
the Turks.
Turks are so awesome, dude.
They are kind of cool. I like them. And there's another group. I don't remember them though. I'm just thinking of other Shinra Corporation members, and then
Probably.
the Turks, which aren't the Turks a thing within Shinra?
Yeah, they're like I kind of thought of them as like the Secret Service because they're in Crisis Core 2. They're not with Soldier, but they work for Shinra. Like,
Okay, yeah.
in a sense, yeah. They're cool.
It's
though.
confusing. But
Yeah.
real quick, I know this isn't actually real quick. I want you to suffer and have to explain this. But how does Crisis Core work with this whole timeline
This lineup?
situation? Yeah.
So,
what's
again,
this about
Crisis Core-
Yuffie's age?
So a lot of characters are recurring characters that happen throughout both of these or all three of these pieces of media. Crisis Core 7
Yeah.
and Advent Children. I'm gonna call it AC.
Yeah.
So like the first mission of Crisis Core, you have to like quell the Wu-Tai for some reason,
Okay.
and like Yuffie's there, and Zack's like, little girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, kid.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
shove
will
her off.
crush you dead.
Yeah, like I don't want to hurt you, and she's like, okay, cool. So like that's all she's ever shown up. And if I remember correctly, that's all she did there.
Okay.
Tifa shows up because of Zack going to her town, and then Sephiroth just like burning everything to the ground.
Yeah.
Cloud was just a random soldier who wanted to be part of Soldier.
Yeah, he was a little bitch baby.
Yeah, and becomes friends with Zack, and we know the rest. 4 years of experimentation, and now I'm you.
Yeah.
Oh, and obviously the romantic interest with Aerith and Zack, which I thought was wonderful.
Yeah,
It's the only ship I sail.
That's crazy. I thought Eris was like 12. So when you initially said that Zack and Eris hooked up, I was like, huh?
But she's a child.
Yeah.
How old is Aerith?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Hold on. You get to hear my good old mechanical keyboard. Eris. Final Fantasy.
Wait, okay, so you call her Eris. I call her Aerith.
Yeah, I don't know why I call her that.
It's fine. I'm not judging. It's not like the Whamu situation, so we're good.
Yeah, well, some pieces of media call her one, some call her the other. I don't know which ones call her what. I think it's later translations call her one, but whatever.
All right. So
Okay, let's
during
see.
Crisis Core, it says she was between 15 and 22.
Okay.
Because Crisis Core takes
so-
place over a long course of time. Like
Okay.
you start as like sort of like not child Zack, but like teenager Zack, and then you're like
Okay.
adult Zack, which is pretty
Okay.
cool.
I get it.
But yeah, so like they know like their relationship blossomed, and I was like, and then I realized she dies in 7. I'm like, no, this isn't fair.
Oh, you didn't know that she died?
I knew somebody died, and then when I realized it was her that died, I was like, no, this is too poetic. I don't want this.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, because you went backwards.
Yeah.
So you may have just totally skipped it. Whoa. Whoa.
But, a good thing it's a 30-year-old game and everybody just types it up on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. It's my fault. But yeah. These three pieces of media aren't the only like Final Fantasy driven 7 timeline kind of things. There's Before Crisis, which is a whole different thing. There's Last
what?
Order. Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh my
of
god,
things.
there's so much other shit.
Yeah, but don't worry. Last Order is basically just Crisis Core. Before Crisis is just about the Turks, I believe.
That could be kind of cool. I like the Turks.
There's Dirge to Cerberus. I think that one was a mobile game though.
No.
Yeah, and then there was Dirge to Cerberus, which is just about what's his name? Red Boy, not Red 13, Vincent.
Oh.
And that one actually has something to do with Genesis, which is why everything ties together, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
So they really did have quite the world figured out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They expanded this real deep. So when you were like, I'm in it for the laughs, I'm like, yeah, this ain't no laughing matter. This is people's blood, my friend.
But it always just gets so dumb and over the top.
Of course.
That's
but
the whole fun.
What kind of creative thing isn't dumb and fun? I mean, One Piece is stupid and fun. Dragon Ball's dumb and fun.
If One Piece wasn't stupid and fun, then they wouldn't be able to keep it going for 500
a bajillion years.
Yeah.
Oda said he was going to end it in 100 volumes, and everybody's freaking out. I'm just like, no, he's a liar.
He said that the last 100 volumes.
Yeah, basically. He said that when they were still in the East Blue. But yeah, so Advent Children picks up with Red 13 and his little babies.
Yep.
2 years after the events of the game. Basically just repercussions of pollution and whatnot. In come 3 white-haired guys. That apparently are just clones and or brothers of Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Who are seeking to fulfill the plan of their mother
They're the
and
Cell
brother
Juniors
to just bring the end of the world.
To Cell being Sephiroth in this.
How very interesting. God, he's just Cell. Oh my god, why didn't we think of this before?
Oh my god. We've just come across a conspiracy.
Zack is Goku because Cloud is the one who beats Sephiroth. And so Piccolo is Barret.
Oh my god.
Sid is Tenshin Han. Oh god, this is Final Fantasy. This is Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it
I hate
all
this.
comes back together.
And I'll never leave Namek ever.
Kill la
is too
Kill's
real.
ending is just Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Adventure 2 is just Dragon Ball Z.
Oh no, and Dragon Ball Z is just JoJo.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
it
we
all
did
comes
it.
back.
We did it.
Always back to JoJo. Every single time.
Oh my god.
Where the fuck did we leave off? I have no idea.
3
I
white
haven't been
guys.
paying attention. Okay, yeah.
3 white guys. They show up around the same time. There's a weird kind of geostigma virus. I think it's called stigma or geostigma,
Yeah, who
which
fucking
basically makes people ill. They ooze out black water or black stuff, and it makes everybody sick and die, especially the
Or
kids.
as you called it, AIDS.
What? You can't. Okay, so technically, it kind of. We're gonna get in trouble, man. This is why Chuck's got to edit this episode.
No.
Basically, it is uncurable at this point. They have no idea why it came, but it has something to do with the plans of the Sephiroth trio.
Well, before they even explained it, it had a cure.
Oh,
Is
it
the
did?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, it had
Before-
a cure? I didn't pay attention.
Yeah. That was the whole thing about whenever they were in the church, whenever Tifa got
was
done
the
fighting
water.
that one guy. Yeah. It was that water that was in the church. That,
Yeah, but nobody knew that. Tifa was just like, oh man, that's water.
Yeah, but that was the cure. And then
Yeah.
that's what they used at the end.
Yeah,
to
but they
clear
didn't
off
know
the
it at the
kids.
beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but it was shown there that there is a cure for it.
I mean, it's... Well,
it kind
now
of
there's-
drains all the tension. But then again, they had to establish that it could be healed, I guess,
Okay.
to make some rules in there. But the fucking, I don't know.
Hey man, let me just entice the listeners.
Okay.
You can't cure this one. This is AIDS.
Super AIDS.
Oh no, this is Chuck's gonna hate this episode. Yeah, so these boys go and hustle our boy Rufus Shinra. Shinra's like, hey man, we went to a mountain, we found something, and then we lost it. Could have been your mother, it could have been my lunch.
And then Rufus is in there like, do it, kill him.
He's basically the Senate. He's just hiding under his cloak.
Yeah.
He's got nothing wrong with him. Like at the end of the movie, there's like nothing wrong with him. He's just like, I just had.
Well, he had bandages across his eye, the eye that was covered. So I guess he was hurt.
He did like almost die in 7, right?
Yeah, he got his ass beat.
I love when he tried to explain it to Zach. He's like, "Hey, I survived. Do you want to know how?" No, I don't care. I'm leaving. I lost my dinner that night. I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I was. It was quite the treat for me too.
Mm-hmm. And so everybody's getting sick, and everybody's like, "Hey, we probably need Cloud on this one because now there's three angry white men who want to."
My biggest fear.
My
three angry white men.
I should be the one saying that. They're just there beating us up, and so Cloud at this point, we assumed he's over, everything, but he's still real sad. He feels real guilty about everybody dying. He's guilty about his friend Zach. He's guilty about his friend Aerith.
He's guilty about that one chubby guy.
That one chubby guy.
I don't even remember his name.
I'm so sorry.
He dies.
That guy in the beginning, that was his friend, dude.
Yeah, whatever. He's dead now.
You know what? Good riddance. And he just kind of has like a weird kind of like him moment. He doesn't answer his flip phone. He doesn't talk to anybody. Yeah. He doesn't even talk to his pal Marlene.
Hashtag been there, done that.
Hashtag everybody in high school.
And you can hear the voicemails as he throws the phone in the water.
Right. And so while Tifa is looking for Cloud, they go into the church. They fight one of the big boys who is very, very sensitive. These three are basically just the Pillarmen. Did you just realize that? Because there's one who cries a lot. It was AC/DC. There was the cool one. There was Wamu. Actually, yeah, I guess he was kind of cool. I can't do this now.
It's funny every time.
And then there's Kars, who is Kadaj. That's the only name I remember. And that's the only one I'm going to say.
And there's Cloud, who's turned into Fry from Futurama.
Whoa.
Just a delivery boy.
Yeah, basically. That's a good job, though.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I liked his new design.
I was okay with it. I can tolerate it.
The costume's in Smash, right?
I think it's the Crisis Core one that's in Smash.
Okay. Well, if you say so.
Oh, and I realized while we were watching this that Marlene was adopted. I was like, wait a second.
This is the best part.
I was like, wait a second. Because I guess I'd never really seen Marlene before. And, well, it's kind of hard to tell with all the little polygons. And it didn't hit me. And I was like, wait a fucking second. She's adopted. I think they said that in 7, but I probably forgot just because there's so much story.
Right.
But whatever.
I feel like the first time I watched it, I was like, is Tifa married with Barret? What's going on?
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
You know?
If you didn't play the game, you're as lost as anybody. You're a kid.
Certainly.
But let's see. The Backstreet Boys over here, they take all the kids and are like, hey, join our cult. We listen to Black Sabbath. We listen to
Midgar's back. All right.
God, that's fantastic. And Cloud's like, I gotta save these kids because Marlene's there and this orange-haired kid I just met in this movie, Denzel, I think his name was.
Okay.
And so he goes there. He tries to save them. He almost gets bodied. His buddy Vincent shows up. He's like, I don't have a phone.
His shoes are really long.
Yo, I know, right?
They couldn't render that on the PS1.
His artistic vision could not come true until the year 2005. And,
Cloud did the smash move a couple times. The one that's like his neutral B. I was like, whoa! This is Smash!
God, Sakurai, you did it. Man, you're gonna make me want to play Smash and Cloud. I mean, Cloud and Smash. Something's wrong with me tonight. I can't talk.
It's okay. Whatever.
It's all right. This is a good episode, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Me too.
And so at this point, Cloud's like, okay, these guys are serious. We gotta save everybody. And so he's like, yeah, let's just jump right into it. Flashback into the future where the kids are now back in the city, hurtled around where the Backstreet Boys think their mother is, but it's not. His mother's not there. She's not in the center of the town. She's at home with Daddy Shinra.
Yeah.
They summon a beast, which is pretty cool. I thought the summoning was pretty fun, like the dark clouds.
For sure.
It was fantastic.
That was one of the better instances of fan service, I guess.
That's probably where the movie really just like kicks it into testosterone level. It's like, hey, you remember how cool this felt?
Yeah, but then it just kind of there's just so much so much action in this movie that is just exhausting, but there's all this action, but nothing ever happens.
Right. I do like the it's choreographed real nice. Like I like watching the Tifa one where she fights Cryboy.
Yeah,
that
in
one was
the
fun.
Little tiny environment. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And the piano version of the battle theme. Oh,
yeah, that was real cool.
God, that was fantastic.
The same guy who composed the music redid the orchestrations.
Bless. What was his name?
Obuo something. I might be able to pull it up. I might be able to pull it up real quick if you give me 2 seconds. Yeah, Nobuo Uematsu.
God, what a man.
Yeah, he's a god.
God, that. If there's any reason you should watch the movie, it's because you just want something to watch and the music. That's like hands down right there.
Yeah,
you won't find everything.
He tours doing the music from Final Fantasy VII because he owns the rights to it.
Oh, bless.
I think they probably didn't pay him as much and instead let him have the exclusive rights.
Right.
And he goes around touring, just covering the music that he did.
God.
And then
fantastic.
One of the pieces of trivia you did was talking about that, where he realized that One Winged Angel is supposed to be a rock piece, which I don't agree with, but death of the author and all that.
True. I mean, that's why we got the One Winged Angel rock version, which is I enjoyed it. It's pretty fun.
It adds to the original, but doesn't replace it.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
Which I don't know if that's what Obuo was hinting at, but whatever. Continue.
Let's see. They're in the city. Everything's getting destroyed. Pino's questioning why everything's getting destroyed and why people are more angry about it.
Whatever.
And then the old gang comes back. Everybody comes back. You got Yuffie. You got Sid. You got Country Sid.
And none of them do anything.
Except for Barrett.
Yeah. Well, Sid stabs it a couple times, I guess, but in the long run, that did nothing significant.
Yuffie didn't do anything. She just took the materia, and that's about it.
That's exactly what she does in
Star thing.
That's exactly what she does in the game too. She just steals materia and then joins your party and is there, and gets sick every time you're on the high wind. And there's a really funny moment in game where if you have her on the high wind and talk to her as Cloud enough, she'll have unique dialogue, or Cloud will, where he'll be like, "Oh, just be sure not to read," and I kind of read it in like Sonic Says voice, where he's just like,
"Whoa.
And don't read when you're on an airplane or when you're in the car." And I was like, okay, why is Final Fantasy VII educational now? This game is an identity crisis.
Oh my god, yeah. There's a lot of things going for it. There's a lot of things that didn't survive the passage of time.
Yeah. But continue.
The gang comes and kicks the butts of the dragon. Cloud shows up. They have a cool motorcycle sequence, which was
and they don't use the song.
Motorcycle, the highway song.
I'm gonna use that as the remix that ended up being the ED for season 2. That's one of my favorite songs, and they didn't reuse it. It's such a big missed opportunity. I was so upset because they already had the motorcycle sequence.
Right. Why not? Like it should make sense. Like in my mind, it's like if there's a motorcycle scene, if you're on the highway, just slide it in there. But
Curse you, Obuo. Or Nobuo Uematsu.
no, not you again, Squeenix. Crushing my dreams one by one. Let's see. He beats up the brothers and then returns back to the city. Shinra's like, haha, your mother was in this box this entire time, to Mr. Kadaj of the NSYNC Bros. He throws the box off the building. Kadaj, as a good son, jumps after his mother.
He's like, mother's back. All right. Joke's been done twice.
Grabs mother, and then another chase scene begins. It's time to chase Kadaj this time. And while it seems almost to the point where Cloud is about to win, Kadaj is like, well, you know what? I'll show you my trump card. Absorb. And absorbs like whatever was in the box. And poof.
Yeah, it was leftover
Sephiroth.
Genova cells.
Yeah. And Sephiroth comes back for a second act, which was fantastic. I love seeing the boy. Probably like one of the most menacing or coolest video game characters, in my opinion. Like
Of all time.
I will never be a memory. and begins the entire reason why you watch the movie in the first place.
Yeah, just
to watch the
Cloud
fight
and
scene.
Sephiroth fight. Yeah.
I enjoyed the fight. I will admit I enjoyed it.
I liked it just because it was super stupid and over the top, but
That's the point. That's
but
why I
no
have
one
fun.
else did anything. Everyone else just sat their asses on the high wind.
They're watching.
Yeah, they didn't do
Like,
anything. The
like,
whole point was that you have to grind up these party members because you lost one of them, so they're all more valuable now as party members. So it's really important to work as a team.
Sid's like,
In
well,
that
I'm
game.
flying the ship. I can't leave.
Yeah, and it's whatever. It's so stupid.
Oh, dude, understandable.
Barrett doesn't even shoot him from there.
He's watching. He's like, I got a kid to take care of.
Yeah.
You take this one, cloudy boy.
But yeah, in the fight scene, it goes on for a really long time. Like I
Dude,
said,
if you
this
think it
movie
was
is
real
just
long-
action.
If you think it was
Oh yeah,
long,
you watched the
in-
extended.
yeah, it extended. It's even longer. It's the entire.
Oh my
it's the
God.
entire song. It's the entire redone song, and that's like 8 minutes and
Really?
like 17 seconds. Yeah. Like I didn't notice it until I listened to it today. There's like a point. I don't know if it happened in the standard edition, but in the complete edition, like as soon as Cloud gets stabbed by Sephiroth, screen goes white, and then Zack shows up. He's like, "Hey, yeah, you losing?" He's like, "Yeah, sort of." He's like, "Well, I mean, you beat him once, right? You could do it
Yeah,
again."
you can do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. So that did happen. Okay, yeah. So like that pause right there, that's in the actual song, and I'm just like, what the? This is genius. It's like he planned it from the beginning,
Wait.
and it was just great. He basically just like stabs Sephiroth several times, and it's fantastic. It's poetic because like I know that in Crisis Core, and I'm assuming also in Final Fantasy VII, he gets stabbed in the same way and in the same place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like poetic. It's like, hey, remember this? I'm gonna do it again.
It's like poetry. Rhymes.
Dude, Sephiroth's sword is the funniest character we've ever had.
Kate Sith is the key to all of this. We have to add the Moogle in the special edition. That's something they really did change in the extended version, was just added the Moogle doll to
Yeah.
a scene, and that was worthy of a bullet point
Yeah.
on the differences.
There is a Moogle now,
Stupid.
connecting all the universes together.
It's the key to all of this.
Cloud's the edgiest character we've ever had.
Before we get
Totally
Lightning.
is.
Just
But
wait
it's
till you
so
meet Lightning.
cool.
You're gonna be angry at Lightning whenever I force you to play 13.
I want to play 13.
It's okay, I'll stream it.
I'll play 9 or 10 eventually. One of my
I hear
friends,
9 is actually real good.
Yeah, I have a friend who was real big into it, and whenever he saw me playing it on Steam, every once in a while he'd hit me up. But he's the guy that taught me all the new stuff that I learned in Dark Souls for the thing Chuck and I are doing. And he helped me grind up some boss weapons and spec my build.
No, that's
but
good.
yeah, he helped me through a little bit of Final Fantasy VII as well.
Not bad.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
So
I just
completely
sidetracked.
sidetrack. We were just talking about the Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
I remember I was trying to get my friend into Final Fantasy. And knowing that 13 was bad, I didn't want to recommend. Well, I look, again, my opinions are bad. I like One Piece. That should already tell you enough about me. I love Final Fantasy 13. I couldn't recommend it to him because I know everybody else hated it. So I was like, you know what? Try 10. You know, people like that, right?
Yeah.
People don't like that apparently either.
Oh.
And he actually ended up not liking it. And I was like, oof. Oh. Well, I mean, at least he doesn't hate 13 for the reason. So you know what? It's a win-win for me. But yeah, don't start. You know, if you want to start with 10, go into it with low expectations. But if you start with 9, I think everybody agrees that's like real good.
Yeah. Well, 8 was still on the PS1, so I guess 9 would have been the first one on the PS2 era.
I believe so. I don't recall. It's the one with Monkey Boy, I think.
I don't know. I haven't ever played it. I just know that it's Final Fantasy IX, and it was their big magnum opus because it was the last really turn-based traditional one that they were going to do before 10 was going to be the new one. And didn't they release it like the same time? Oh, God.
Oh, God. That misunderstood scene. God, Gerard would
taken
just
out of
defend
context.
That. It's a good
time.
scene. It's fantastic. I remember the voice actor a couple years ago for Tidus made a YouTube video of his response. It's like, it's a serious scene. And then he's like, well, I'll leave you off with this. And basically he edits the video where it's just him singing like the main theme. But it's in his laughter. Just phenomenal.
My God.
I'll get you the link, but it's fantastic. But yeah, beats up Sephiroth. Cloud faints Cloud's like, I'm happy, and then gets shot by Kadaj or his brother.
Mm-hmm.
One of them shows up and shoots him. It's like, let's go to Mother together. Mother turns out to be Aerith. She's like, yeah, no, son, you're shh, go to sleep. Kills off those guys. Cloud dies. I mean, well, looks like he dies.
Yeah, he kind of looks like he died a couple times.
Zack and Aerith's like, ew, we don't want you. Throws him back to Earth. That's literally what happened. I don't know if that was in the standard edition. They're like, we don't want this one. This one's too big.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did.
No, in the complete edition, you have that. You see them. Well, you don't see them. You hear their voices. He's still fainting. He's still dead. And it's like, oh, man, this one's a little too big for us, Aerith. And she's like, yeah, I think we got to send him back. It's like, yeah, let's do that. Send him back, and he wakes up in the puddle in the church.
Oh, maybe it did. That was earlier than I remembered it being.
And so that's about it. That's the entire movie in a nutshell, explained by Pino and Garb. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that was something. Actually, no, that was the entirety of. Thank you. That was the entirety of. That was the entirety.
Chuck joined the voice chat muted and played the victory song.
How did he even know? How did he know?
That is wow.
That is phenomenal. God. But it sure was a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Do you know what that's from?
No.
That was who's the fucking guy who plays Han Solo in Indiana Jones? I can't.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. That's what he had to say about the new movie of the new trilogy of Star Wars. When he was interviewed about it before
who
anything
interviewed
was really
him? Was
known
it
about
Conan
it.
or was it someone else?
I don't remember, but that was all he said because he fucking hates doing movies.
It's true
at this point, and he was just like, "It's a movie."
It's there.
It's so funny.
I remember he was interviewed with Conan, and it was before the movie came out, and he's like, he asks Harrison, he's like, well, is there anything you can, little secrets you can tell us about the movie? He's like, I don't think so. And Conan slips a $100 bill into his pocket. He takes it. He's like, well, I'm told the movie takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far away. And everybody lost their minds. I lost my mind. It was fantastic.
We don't get to bring up Conan as often as we'd like.
Yeah, Conan's the real anime. God.
Okay. Are you ready to get into the arguments?
Sure. Well, first I gotta know. Did you like the movie?
No, it was fucking awful.
Here it is.
It was the worst.
Dude, are we talking about arguments? I fucking hate people.
Oh no.
It was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
Oh no.
Good. Okay, I love you all. I recorded this little bit so that I can still be added.
So I can acknowledge you. Okay, thanks, Chuck.
Okay, there we go. Cool. I just gotta timestamp it.
I wanted to be here.
Okay.
Anyway,
special guest.
I love you all. It was the movie, all right.
Thanks, Harrison. We'll see you next time.
I don't.
We'll be right back to Conan after this.
It's not the same without that Chuck laugh.
Yeah. That's what you're all. This is what everybody was actually waiting for. They were waiting for Chuck to bust in.
Special guests.
We
Put
didn't
that
invite
in the
him,
thumbnail.
but hey, he's here. And we're glad for it.
He's not in the script. We didn't pay him for this one.
No, we put it in the complete edition of this of the video.
Don Patch was supposed to be in this episode.
He's in all the scenes except the ones you're about to listen to.
Yeah, this movie sucked, Pino.
All right, so yeah, I can agree.
A
I'll
whole
take
lot
off my
of
glasses.
nothing happens.
Take
A
off
whole
my-
lot of nothing.
It's
okay?
true. I feel like when you do movies like this, you really have to try hard not to ruin the reputation of what you've already set up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what we mentioned before. Cloud had a full circle thing in Final Fantasy VII. Like he
had a crisis, and
he had a core.
shut the fuck up.
And they did it. They completed it.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Pino.
Can't use that word without me saying core. It's hard.
But yeah, he freaked out, and then he got over it with
and like
Benefati.
yeah, and having him just go back to that is kind of like. It's kind of like and this might offend people, even though we're not talking about anime, but we're talking about anime right now. It's kind of like what, in my opinion, what Boruto is doing to Naruto's legacy. In my opinion, now so like, I'll just it real quick. Naruto was all about an underdog trying to be somebody better. Boruto's all about, hey, I'm already on the top. Let me just be spoiled. That's from what I've seen and from what I've read. I'm just like, yeah, no, this isn't what I love.
I saw Stretchy Guy because my stepdad was watching it.
Stretchy Guy. Who's
Yeah, I made a joke. I was like,
I thought you were watching Boruto, not One Piece.
and he didn't get it.
Oh,
He has a friend who watches One Piece, but I don't think he's ever seen One Piece.
it's me.
And it just went completely over his head. I was like, fuck, he didn't laugh.
Understood. But yeah, like you really got to be careful with media like this, especially one that's as popular as Final Fantasy XIII. Final Fantasy XIII. Something's wrong with me, dude. Why
I
am
thought you just were saying that as a joke, and I wasn't even going to acknowledge it.
No. It's Final Fantasy VII.
So,
Seven.
the thing about Advent Children is that they just go, it's just all fighting, and nothing fucking happens. There's 3 Sephiroths, and at the end, they're all dead. And it's the same. It's the exact same as it was before it began. No progress was made. So, remember at the beginning, what was the word I was using to call Final Fantasy VII?
Bad.
Endearing.
Oh, there we go.
Because they were learning the new hardware. They were getting used to it. They had this big vision, this huge project. And this wasn't endearing at all. It was so by the books, you know. They could have killed Sid off. Fucking kill someone off.
You can't kill
Just
my
for
boy
the point
Sid.
of, well, just kill someone. Just make it impactful.
Hey, let's
Or-
kill Aerith again.
Yeah, or imaginative again. Dude, even that would have been better if they would have brought her back only to kill her again. That would have been fucking hilarious. But they don't do that.
It's true.
You know, it's so by the books. And that's what upset me about this. And I was thinking about this when I was driving home from work today. I was like, Pino and I should write our own version of Advent Children.
We should voice act our own version of Adventure.
So what do you say, Pino? You want to do
That's
it
my
right
Marlene.
now? Yeah. So I think we can keep the whole delivery service thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, keep Cloud as Fry. You
He's
know,
gotta
I like
have a
that.
job.
Yeah.
There's no
And
reason to fight
so-
anything anymore. Nothing's
How
like
about-
killing you.
How about we keep the idea of the Shinra having Genova cells?
Yeah.
I like that. Let's cut the super virus. Super virus didn't fucking matter at all.
Yeah, like
It made no impact to the story.
even with the added things in the complete edition, it still was like, okay, but what does Sephiroth have to do with the sickness again? Why is he? Why does he
Yeah.
need it? Like, there was no. Point
It doesn't. It doesn't slow Cloud down at any point. It
I
just.
mean, he
is
does
there.
have the geostigma, but it's like it's more of like, oh, I see flashbacks, but
Yeah.
I'm physically not ill.
Yeah. I don't. Whatever. It's so dumb, but I'm sure. I'm saying all sorts of incontinuity shit.
That was a word. Don't worry.
Eventually, I'll get called out for just completely lying about the story.
It's okay.
But
that's our calling in life.
what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, how this movie wasn't creative at all.
Yeah.
So how about we make instead let's take someone else and turn them into half Sephiroth. You know, what if we combine Cloud and Sephiroth? I just made that up off the top of my head. Why not that? Why not make the rest of the guys fight Super Cephicloud?
Cephicloud,
Yeah, Clouderoth.
Cloud. So
Which one's better?
if only the listeners knew what music we were listening to right now. This is perfect thinking music.
It's the Chocobo music.
Cephicloud.
Yeah.
Just call him Zach.
I mean, dude, that would even be more interesting, right? Sephiroth and Cloud join together.
Yeah.
They turn into Zack. Sure, why not? This is just our over-the-top fan fiction here. All right?
I mean, if it
This
works,
is our
it works.
AU, you know? And
Yeah.
so maybe he's some Super Zack. He's Super Zack. That's what it is. That's what he's
Broly.
called now. Yeah, exactly. And so the rest of the guys have to team up and beat him, but they can't do it. So they have to put a key in a turtle and hide in the turtle.
All right,
Or actually
you-
in the key.
You had me until there was a key.
That was the newest episode of JoJo.
Oh, understandable.
Thank you.
that part was stupid. But do you have any ideas? You got
So
anything?
I dig the whole fact that we can make Cloud into the antagonist for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would have to be written in a way where it's like it's believable, because like at this point, like in the game, you've powered up Cloud, you powered up everybody. You're like, I'm invincible. There's no way I would fall for such a silly trick like this. So the 2 year time skip would help. It's like I'm a little rusty, or
yeah.
I don't
He's not
want to go
his
back
prime.
to I don't want to go back to like the guilt thing, but maybe like he has different like motives now, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure like he beats Sephiroth at the end of 7. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. So he seeks power at the same time delivering stuff. So
Yeah.
this opportunity to be stronger.
Red's still there. You know, gotta
it's
pay
still-
for the house.
Yeah, you gotta pay child support. Oh no, he doesn't have kids.
Yeah, no.
He's gotta pay for their dates.
Yeah.
His secret lust for power could be a driving force to turn him
Yeah.
into the antagonist, but just being like, looks like I'm gonna submit myself to experimentation for 4 more years.
Yeah.
That's not what I dig. But I do like what we have so far. We could also include the motorcycle song, so take that, Advent Children.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to see. Would you like to see somebody die in our version of the movie?
Yeah, someone's got to die. We've got to make this actually matter. But how do we make the death impactful?
We make it Barrett. No, I'm just kidding. We can
I'm
make
not
it.
opposed to that.
Yeah, I mean, like it has to be somebody.
We obviously can't kill Red 13 because that would fuck with the continuity.
We
of
can't
the
kill
end of
Tifa
7.
because that her whole purpose of being there. If I remember, I was watching a video. I think I was watching something on YouTube. But the whole reason Tifa was there was because Aerith was gone.
Yeah.
So that's why she's there. I don't think we can kill her off unless
Yeah.
she becomes
I don't
like
feel like
a
killing
growth.
Marlene off either.
Yeah, no, that's a little mean.
I think we should get rid of the Rufus. Let's kill a couple of them. So Rufus is gone. Rufus is dead. So that leaves way for more sequels where they can build upon, oh, there's a different Shinra president and he's reviving Team Rocket or whatever.
We're blasting off again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so let's say the Turks turn against Rufus. You know, make that a whole B plot. You know,
Understood. Yeah, I can
do
see
that.
that. I can
Make
see
that lead into the final story. You know, I don't know how. I haven't thought of that far yet. But snow halation has begun playing in our ears.
Fantastic. You acknowledged it before I acknowledged it.
But yeah, let's have the Turks kill off Rufus, right?
Oh no. On
Maybe
the edge.
Rufus weaponized Genova and is what got them to make Super Cephaclouda Zakharoth.
Super Cloud of Cepha Zakharoth?
Yeah.
I like it.
And
We'll just
who
call him
else?
Tom.
Yeah, we'll just call him Tom. So, Tom's flying around the sky. He kills the Ruby Dragon in one hit.
Maybe
you're like,
he
"Whoa."
maybe Cloud himself in his altered state kills somebody. And then he goes a little more berserk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
Who does he kill?
Tifa. In this case, Tifa. And I feel like in this case it would only be Tifa or Barrett.
Well,
We're probably evil and we're making everybody upset.
whatever. This is the only way to. This is in the story. This is in the theme, you know, of
Understood.
Final Fantasy.
It's true.
So-
I mean, anything can happen.
Who
They
else
kill a
is there?
chocobo. Your prize chocobo.
Yeah. So, I feel like Sid would have to do a lot more to be killed.
Right. Yuffie doesn't do enough except get sick. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get sick on the high wind.
Yeah.
She didn't seem to be that airsick on in this movie. That's a little
Yeah.
continuity error.
Maybe she just lives on a plane now.
Come on, kids.
We could always explore the dark world of being a double agent with Cat Sith.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's just kill off Kate Sith.
That's the mafia boss right there.
Yeah, let's kill him off. So him and Rufus. You know what? Maybe Rufus is enough to die.
Yeah.
Maybe that's enough. Maybe some other people get critically injured but don't die, or maybe
Like
they
maybe Rude or Reno, maybe some of the Turks, not
Yeah.
all the Turks.
Yeah, maybe Cloud can manipulate the life force of the planet because he was directly in the life stream at one point, and so maybe he can use that to psychologically torment them. You know?
Oh god.
Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy.
Let's jump right into it.
Let's just
Jump into the live stream.
yeah. You know, let's just go crazy with it. So, what have we got so far? We've got Super Zaka Cloud Roth. And the Turks kill Rufus. And the Turks have to help Eden in the final boss to kill, or not kill, Super Cloud of Zephyr, harass the Gazaloth. And
Yeah, but the only problem is how to revert Cloud back to himself again. Perhaps instead of killing someone early on, the death happens at the end and is a shock to Cloud, reminding him that like he's become the thing he wanted to destroy and destroyed once in his life. And so with that death, or like that almost death of a character, he reverts back, he fights back against whatever's controlling him with the mimetic energy or mimetic cells. And then in his final moments of being good, sees and witnesses the death of a prized friend by his hand, and then at that moment, I guess, grows a little further, albeit in a more somber way. But I can't think of who specifically to put in.
yeah, me either. Maybe Sid. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna spend all the time deciding who. So whatever. Someone else figure that part out.
Guys, we love Sid.
Email us at funkyanimetepodcast.com and
Tell
we'll
us why
read-
Sid is the best.
Yeah, email us at funkyanimetepodcast@gmail.com, and then send us your full draft proofread script of our version of Advent Children, and we'll read it in its entirety
In Morgan Freeman's voice.
in Morgan Freeman's voice,
We'll hire him.
and our Cloud.
Cloud.
And, I'm Barrett.
And I'm Gene. That's an old one.
Also, why didn't Red 13 talk in this movie? Oh, I
He
guess
talked
it's
once.
because
He talked once.
Oh, he did. No, okay.
Yeah, he said a thing. He was British
it's
though. I was
because-
very confused.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was one line. It was at the end of the movie, I remember. He said one thing. And I was like, thanks.
okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. You were certainly in this story for a reason. They didn't shoehorn you in.
Yeah. They didn't want to make parallels.
Yeah.
You kind of this movie was it's stupid fun, you know. I'll compare it to like Batman versus Superman. It's bad, but I had fun with it, you know. Like if I want to see Batman beat up Ben Affleck, Superman beat up Ben Affleck, then that's where I'm going. Can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
So if I want to see the Backstreet Boys being pummeled by the NSYNC boy, hey, there we are.
Final Fantasy VII is just a story about boy bands and their identity crisis.
It's just a gang war.
Dude, it's just Durarara.
It's me, Cloud Strife, leader of the Avalanche.
Final Fantasy VII jokes, everybody.
Tifa's Henri for reasons.
Yeah. I think we know who the sushi man is.
Oh, it's rude. Shizuo is Reno. all the Sephiroth clones are Izaya.
It's just multiple.
Just all of them.
Izaya-kun. Yeah,
And-
Izaya kind of is a little bit Sephiroth-y.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Sephirothian.
Yeah, Celti is dead. No, Celti's not dead. Anyways, we've rambled. We've had fun.
Yeah, no. Should we end this fucking?
I don't know.
heaping pile
You have
of
anything?
garbage?
You have anything else to say?
No.
I don't think I have anything else to say either.
If you liked this and you want more diversions, let us know. If you thought it was stupid, let us know, and we won't do it anymore.
I thought this was good.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just need to like give your first impressions on something without developing a good opinion or a good reason.
Yeah.
We can call
And
these.
maybe-
We
Go
call
ahead.
we gotta call these something. We gotta call this segment something like.
I
these
was
type
just
of
gonna
videos.
call it Garb and Pino talk about Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, because that's what it
To
is.
call it Oddfellows. Well, Garb and Pino, you're an odd fellow, but I must say,
You
you write a really good Advent Child movie.
Advent Child fan fiction.
Help Seymour! The materia's on fire.
No, mother, that's just Yuffie.
Oh God, Yuffie! Oh my God.
These are very, very specific jokes we're telling.
Well, that was Final Fantasy VII.
If
Will we ever come back? No.
But maybe we'll play Crisis Core. Maybe we'll review Crisis Core.
Yeah,
you know, maybe a little someone something tells us, hey, we're gonna talk about Crisis Core. Maybe I already pirated it, and
We're not watching One Piece. What do you mean? You bought it legally.
wasn't One Piece on Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
Or is it on Verve? Maybe.
I think
Oh, it's Toei, so it's. I'm assuming
it's everywhere. Well, almost.
I think did Funimation? No. Well, it started
Funimation
with 4
dubbed it.
Kids.
Yeah, started with
Okay,
4
they
Kids. Then it
Yeah.
moved to Funny.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys,
Well, I
Final
don't have
Fantasy
anything
VII
else
is
to
as
talk about.
complex as One Piece. Okay.
Yeah. Cloud is cool. Sephiroth is cool.
Barrett is
Cloud
cool.
being some sort of parallel universe turtle child with Genova, whatever. That's pretty stupid.
Yeah. But hey, that's just a theory. If you're still here, thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah, bless you for listening.
May the planet bless you.
Yeah. And remember, we will never be memories.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Sephiroth.
Grandma's.
What'd you say?
I said grandma, but I didn't remember what I said on my snap.